Hi, welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today we're going to take a look at the Indiana Jones Helena Shaw figure. Yes, I know. You're saying, hey, you haven't reviewed any of the Indiana Jones figures, and you are correct. But this video here is going to be sponsored by Sarge and Reds in Utica, Michigan. They donated this figure to me so I could review it. So if you are in the Detroit area, or if you're anywhere for that matter, there will be a link to their YouTube channel in the description. Click on it, follow them, check them out on Instagram. And if you're making a trip up to Detroit or the Detroit area, you're going to want to check them out. Or hell, they've already talked to me, and there's been people coming from all over the country. They just come to see their shop, and we here are very lucky in the Metro Detroit area to have a few good shops. By far, I would say theirs is the best. And of all the people that I've met, the most personable. So anyway, let's get into this. We're going to take a look at this figure. As you can see, we're going to see how she scales against a G.I. Joe figure, because it is kind of a basic figure that you could work into just your line. There she is on the side. And a lot of people have been picking up these Indiana Jones figures for the artifacts. Now she comes with a backpack and a light and then a skull. So let's take a look at this. Let's see if you think it's worth putting in one of your other displays, or you just like Indiana Jones and you're like, I have to have all the Indiana Jones. We're just going to find out if the figure is a good figure or not. So let's take a look. Alright, so we got her out of her plastic-free prison. Again, there's not too much to go over. Here it's going to tell you the artifact that you're looking at. Now, once again, I've mentioned before, the G.I. Joe team seems to be doing it the right way. This is what Hasbro and the Star Wars team, which is the Indiana Jones team, this is what they did. At least they put something on it, but again, kind of a waste. Now here I gotta say, this is, the G.I. Joe team does the same thing, but I kind of like this. It just gives you a map of everything. This is in their plastic-free packaging, so it keeps stuff from getting ruined, I guess. So we'll take a look at the artifact, and what you have is a big, giant skull now. Looking at it here, it looks like you're going to create a whole skull. So if you want to create the whole thing, you're going to have to pick up all the figures. It's just good. For me, I can just put it in the background of one of my videos that I do. All right, so here she has a nice little flashlight. Does have a little bit of paint right around here. The front, there's really nothing to it, but you can get over that. A little bit of detail, not bad. It's kind of small, but can work with any of your G.I. Joe figures, especially if you have Tunnel Rat, let's say, chasing someone that is running through it when Tunnel Rat comes out. She's got her backpack, and it looks like it's going to go right around the arms. So that doesn't look that bad, to be honest. It has whatever she's carrying right here. Two little paint apps. So whatever that is hanging out of it, I did not see the movie. There you have a hook for it. Everything else looks like it is just brown, but for the most part, it looks pretty nice. So it's not bad that you could use it for something else if you're not going to use it for her. Now let's take a look at the figure. And this might be where I say stands maybe needed to be used, because you have a figure with a smaller footprint, but I can say easily, for a second there, she was standing up. So we do have a G.I. Joe stand if we need it. So quickly, let's take a look at her articulation. So she can look up, she looks down. Her neck does move along with her head. So she has multiple hinge points for the neck. T-pose, which is nice and easy. Does not look like she has any double joints. Again, very disappointing, but they are pinless. Though she does get a good amount of range there, and I can tell you, for myself, I cannot touch, I can't touch my shoulders. It is a nice little funny joke amongst my kids. So she does get a pretty decent range for not having double joints there. She has her hinge here, so she can hold a pistol. if you have one, and I have multiple, any type of rifle, to be honest. And she does have a trigger finger there. This hand, she does not. Although she does have some sort of ring on it, so the paint looks pretty good on that. She has a pretty poor Jean-Claude Van Damme. No drop-down hips. She does not have double-jointed knees, but they are pinless. It still does get a decent range of motion, well over 90, so that's not that bad. And I'm able to move her pretty freely. You have the knee that swivels. No boot cut, so you just have these ankle rockers. So I can tell you the posability that you're going to get out of a figure like this is nothing compared to a Classified, to a Valaverse. It's very disappointing, to be honest. Very disappointing, but hey, I think you're getting more of an aesthetic than anything. So let's quickly take a look at her face. I think the face sculpt looks decent. I feel like Hasbro and anyone that's associated with Disney, or not Disney, with Star Wars, has always had a hard time getting the face right. Eyes look really nice. I don't see any issues with the paint. Lips look good. Her hair looks really good. So there's no paint or anything. Not a lot of paint apps to this, to be honest. Her shirt looks pretty nice. You can see all the wrinkles throughout it. And by the looks of it, I don't really want to look down, it is two different parts. So it's not just molded on there. It does look like she's wearing the diaper. Not my favorite type of body here. She does have the belly dancing, so she can move at the waist. Pretty nice, to be honest. Her pants don't look that bad. I kind of like the way they bunch up, and obviously this is something that you see with archaeologists or something back well past my prime years. The boots here, you have the paint that runs up. You can tell right over here, they messed up with the paint a little bit. It doesn't look bad, but you know, nothing I'm going to complain about, especially considering how dark everything is. So it does look nice. Very few paint apps. But this is the figure. So now let's kind of throw a backpack on her. Looks like it should be easy enough to get that on her. There you go with that. I'm going to give her flashlight. And so the articulation in the arm or in the hand on the wrist is perfect for her to shine the light on whatever she's down in the cave looking at. Rather than have it going back and forth, it articulates up and down, which is really, really nice. That's a good detail or luck. It all depends, you know. They may have just been lucky with it. But for the most part, I can pose her. Now, am I going to be able to get her to stand up? You can get her to stand up. Now, again, I'm not a big fan of stands, but I understand when it comes to female figures, sometimes it is a little bit more difficult. So, let's take a look at this here. Now, how does she compare to a classified figure? Well, she is smaller, which is understandable because most females are compared to what a G.I. Joe classified should be. I think she actually looks pretty nice compared to them, or in the line if you want to use her for something else. She could easily be, you know, undercover by, you know, CoverGirl, or not CoverGirl, Lady J, or the Baroness, something like that, or just an archaeologist that has been captured by Cobra to search out and do research to create Serpentor. All kinds of different things. Or you can use it for Indiana Jones. Again, I don't know anything about Indiana Jones. I'm not the Indiana Jones expert. I'm not gonna act like I am, but I can say that her face looks pretty nice. So that's it for this figure. Again, there's not much to it. Let's wrap it up. Alright, so my overall impression of this figure is it is a nice looking figure. How it fits with Indiana Jones, I don't know. But I can say, just looking at it, the face sculpt, although it doesn't look exactly like the actress, you can see who it is. And even though it doesn't look exactly like her, it does look good. We've seen a lot of Princess Leia's that look absolutely awful. Very light on accessories, which is par for the course when it comes to the Star Wars team. They don't give very much, and the reasoning is the royalties that they have to pay is just outlandish, or at least that's what we're told. You do have this artifact. This is something that people will probably want to get. I think the flashlight looks good. I think the backpack looks good. So overall, nice figure. You have to decide whether or not you think it is worth picking up. Alright, so that is my review of the Indiana Jones Helena Shaw figure. Again, this video is brought to you by Sergeant Reds for donating the figure to me so I could review it. All their information will be in the description below. If you are in the Michigan area, make sure to check them out. Again, great store. Check them out on Instagram and Twitter. Also, before you leave here, hit the social medias, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, A Punk with Toys, but you already know that. The Facebook group page, Punks with Toys, because once you join, you're a punk with toys. And last but not least, if you enjoyed the content, take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you're notified anytime I do drop some sort of toy video, and I do drop a lot of them. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, but if you like this video, stick around and watch this video up here. And here's a playlist. Hell, we'll just put all the classified stuff because I've done so many. Take care now.